Hi, my artists. You guys ready for Square One Art? I hope you were able to come to the school and get your Square One art paper. If you have not done so, you could still get it. You can come by the office anytime during office hours and just ask the front office, can I have my Square One art paper? And they will give it to you. If you have any questions, let me know about getting that Square One art paper. If you haven't gotten it, you can practice your Square One art paper on a separate sheet of paper. If you don't plan on coming and picking up your Square One, you don't want to participate, that's fine. You can just do it on a separate sheet of paper. Email me and I'll look at your artwork. This art project is, I'm giving you 3 art periods to do it. So it's going to be your assignment for the next 3 weeks. So feel free to take your time, try your best, practice as many times as you want before you actually put it on your Square One art paper. Make sure you come back to Spirit Elementary and bring me your paper by 10/22. October 22nd is the last day that I can take it because I'm mailing it off the next day. Your supplies you need for this Square One art paper are you need watercolors. So if you cannot get watercolors, please email me and I'll find time to let you borrow a set of watercolors. They're not very expensive. You can get them. It doesn't have to be anything fancy. You can get them at any store. You just need the basic colors, the primary colors. The secondary colors would be nice, of course. And of course, black and brown and white are always helpful. I don't have any white in this case, so I'm not going to use it. And I'm really going to be using mostly my primary colors and a little bit of my secondary colors. You need a pencil, scissors, glue. You could use a glue stick or regular glue, up to you. A black sheet of paper, and water for your watercolors. We're going to actually start with our watercolors, so we could put the glue, the pencil, the scissors, and the black paper aside for now. We actually don't need it right now. So if you only do your watercolor today, it's fine because you want to wait till it dries before you start putting on it. Hopefully you read all my stuff before my video about Claude Monet's painting. So that's what our Square One art page is based off of. And it's also based off of colors, which is what we've been working on in art class. We are going to make a sunrise on our paper with water. So we're going to use our warm and cool colors. So what I've got for you is I got a color wheel. This is from one of my 4th graders. They made this color wheel, so I'm going to use it as an example because they did such a great job of mixing their colors. We're going to stick with warm and cool colors. Your warm colors are this side of the color wheel, and your cool colors are this side. Feel free, if you want, Google warm and cool colors or a color wheel with warm and cool colors, and it'll put one up for you to look at. So our warms are going to be our sunrise, our oranges, our reds, our yellows, and our water on the ocean is going to be our cool colors. So the top part of our paper is going to be our warm colors, and our bottom is going to be our cool colors. So the first thing you have to do with watercolor, be careful you don't splash, especially on that Square One art paper. Again, if you want to practice, you can do it on a separate sheet of paper. All right. Or you could have a piece of paper next to you so you could just practice mixing the colors. All right, so I want my warm colors. I want my reds, my oranges, and then let me clean off my paintbrush before I get my yellow. All right, and then my cool colors are blue. I'm going to use a lot of blue, some green. Oop, look at that. I mixed my colors. If you ever mix watercolors, you just clean that paintbrush and put more water on it. And it's okay because I'm actually going to probably mix some colors as I'm painting. And purple. Have a paper towel near you too if you would like to blot off your paintbrush as needed. But usually watercolors requires a lot of water. It just happens that my paintbrush is really big, so it holds a lot of water as well. You can have a big paintbrush, you could have a little paintbrush, you could have both, you could have medium size, whatever works best. The paper's not too big, so it won't take too long. All right, so the first thing we're gonna do is we're going to do our sunrise. Our sunrise is the top of our paper. So we want to start mixing our colors. Okay, so the sunrise is gonna be darker towards the top. So I'm gonna start with red at the top. And with watercolors, you wanna make sure that you can keep mixing them. I love watercolors. I know, I think I'd say that on almost every video I do watercolors. But I think they're just a really good medium for our young artists to start with. I hope you guys like watercolors too, because I know I use them a lot. All right, and we're gonna start moving down our sunrise. We'll go maybe some orange. And keep blending your colors together. All right. Every sunrise could look a little bit different. We're gonna use a lot of yellow. All right, I'm gonna dip my paintbrush in orange first and then in yellow. I know it's probably gonna mix it, but it's okay. I don't want pure orange yet. I want that orange yellow. All right, let's do some more. All right, and just let the artist have fun making their sunrise. Oh, see, and look, I splashed a little up there, but it's okay. That's what's nice about watercolors. All right, and you can go back and add some more detail. Maybe I want some more orange. All right, blend it. Maybe I want some more red coming through. All right. And keep going. All right, and then I'm going to wash my paintbrush really good, and I'm going to start with my cool colors at the bottom. So remember, those are your blues, your purples, and your greens. Be careful with purple, because purple red is actually a warm color. So you want to make sure you stay pure purple. And it's the ocean, so you want to think of it. I think I'm going to actually have a little bit of purple at the start, because I feel like that's where the purple would be on my ocean. But I'm going to quickly grab some blue. So again, you're just making the ocean as the ocean is on a sunrise. So you just think it's a little darker because the sun is just coming up. All right, and there's our cool colors. All right, you don't have to stick with one color at a time. With the ocean, I'm gonna do a little more mixed, not so much like the sky was a little more line, one color at a time. I'm just gonna keep going with blue and green. And then every now and then, maybe I'll throw in a little bit of purple. My purple is really dark. Your colors might be a little bit different than mine. I know I'm getting mine all over my table because I don't mind. I like having art all over my table. If your little artist is getting it all over your table, or kiddos, if your parents are getting upset with all the paint that's getting everywhere, you could put down some newspaper first. That would work. Or a big sheet of paper would work really well. We have these big old art tables in here, and so if the kiddos get any paint on it, they actually wipe off really good, so I don't mind it. Now, when I'm at home doing art with my children, I always make them put down something so they don't, because it's okay to get messy with art, but as long as we keep it clean. All right, I gotta add some more at the bottom. You wanna make sure that your square one art paper is covered from top to bottom. All right, if you go over the line at the top, it's okay, but it just won't show up. I just noticed I left out a little bit of yellow, so I'm going up there. And if you want to use a smaller brush too, you can go in with a few more details. Maybe you want some dark blue lines. You could do that as well. If you did the hot dog and the cool cat, this is very similar with the warm and cool colors. All right, I'm going to wait till my watercolors dry. Oh, I'm gonna use my finger for that because I don't like that. It's getting too dark. There we go, that's a little bit better. Put some more, gotta make sure that brush is nice and clean. I think my water is a little dirty from other painting that I've done today. So make sure you have nice clean water. You can go ahead and also change your water whenever you want to as you're painting. You could also wait till your warm colors dry before moving on to your cool colors as well. All right, I think I'm gonna be happy with that. So I'm going to stop. I'm gonna let it dry and then I'll be back, artists. You do the same thing, mate. Let your painting dry before you try to do anything else. All right, artists, I'm back and we're gonna create a sailboat to go along our silhouette, just like in Claude Monet's painting. So here we go. We're gonna draw some shapes. Give me 1 second. Sorry, artist friends. Let me see. All right, the boats are in a shadow, a silhouette, because the sun is just rising. So we don't see specific parts of the boat, we just see their shadow. So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna do the boat shadow. We're gonna start, and we want it to fit let me take my painting back. We want it to fit in this area. The boat's gonna be floating in the water. It's gonna be like the center of our piece. So you don't wanna make it too big. The worst you might have to do is have another piece of black paper. So for the sails, we're going to have 2 triangles. All right, so 1, and this one's always a little bit smaller. And again, if you guys wanna make your sails the same way, if you want one sail, if your sailboat looks different than mine, it's fine. Then we're gonna make a skinny rectangle. It's gonna be the mast. I think that's what it's called. I don't go boating. And then you wanna make the bottom of your boat. It's okay if it doesn't touch because we're actually going to cut it out. So just practice drawing your boat, and you can keep playing around with it. If you don't like it, you can start over. Just go on the back and try it over there. All right, now once you're happy with your shapes, you're gonna cut out your shapes. I don't want any of that pencil, so I'm gonna make sure I don't cut out the pencil. What else you can do is cut it out and then flip it over where the pencil isn't, as long as the back of your paper is nice and clean. And then you make sure you're not gonna have any paper. Sorry, any pencil. So I'm just cutting it so that the pencil is not on my boat. So that's one piece. So I'm gonna do, before I cut any more, I'm gonna take my paper, I'm gonna see, do I like it? I think it's a good size. You can always keep playing around with it and cut it down a little bit if you don't like the size. I'm gonna cut this part next. All right, and then last, I'm gonna do the sails. Feel free to watch the video first and then do all your cutting if you want to see me do it first. And again, this is a very important art piece. It could mean a lot to everybody, so I want you to take your time, and if you cut it out and you hate your boat, then try again. Because I want you to love your art as much as I'm going to love it. All right. I have all my pieces. I'm gonna bring my artwork back, my beautiful painting. All right, and we're going to put our sailboat on it. Here we go. All right, my sails. Feel free to position it how you want. I don't know if I want to bring it down a little bit. Let me see if I like it. So I think let me see how it looks down here. No, I think I like it up a little bit. But play around with it like a little puzzle. All right. And the last thing you want to do is glue it down. Wait till you're very happy with it. Use a glue stick. Feel free to use liquid glue like I said before. I'm going off my painting the glue because I usually get glue everywhere. You want to glue it down really flat. And the sails. I'm going to go really close. I know when I was practicing it wasn't that close. I'll have a little bit of sunrise sticking out of it. All right. Oh, and look at that. I don't like that edge. So I'm going to cut it real quick to make sure it's a little straighter. All right, and make sure all the edges are really flat. Feel free to put a book on top of it if you want to. So you can make sure before you bring it to me that your sailboat's not going to fall off. You could make your sailboat a little crooked too. If it's sloshing in the water, you're welcome to do that. And the final step is to sign it. You could decide where to sign it. I think I like it in the sunset. So I'm going to put my signature right there. You don't have to use cursive. You could just use print if you want to. All right, you could also include the date if you want to remember this lovely year of 2020. But I hope you had fun making your Square One art. You have plenty of time. If you really don't like it and you want to start over and you mess up your paper, just come by the school and pick up another form. If there's no more, just let me know and I'll make sure it's up in the front office. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed your sunrise. Bye, guys.